Hello and welcome to Module 2, Chapter 13, Accounting for Corporations. So in Module 2, we are going to leave behind partnerships and we are going to move into a new business entity type, which is a corporation. Now, one thing to keep in mind about corporations is that we are dealing with something that is considered a separate legal entity. So when we think about the corporation, it is not the owners, right? Ownership is separate from management, which right now might not make a whole lot of sense, but once you start getting into your Chapter 13 textbook reading, it'll start to make a lot more sense. So for Chapter 13, a few things to really focus on for corporations is what are some of the characteristics of the corporate form of organization? Corporations tend to be much different from partnerships and sole proprietorships. So you are going to want to spend some additional time really digging into what the corporate form really means. You're also going to learn how to journalize stock transactions. So you'll learn a little bit more about what stock is. You'll also be learning about how to journalize dividend transactions and also how to allocate dividends between common stock and preferred stock. So let's just dig into that third and fourth bullet a little bit more before you get to your reading. So when we're referring to dividends, dividends are essentially the closest equivalent we can really relate it to is the drawing account back in Accounting 1 and in Chapter 12 for partnerships. So back in the day, whenever an owner would make a withdrawal from their company, we would call it drawing or withdrawal. In this case, the closest equivalent to that in corporations is dividends, but you will read more about dividends in your chapter. And then also just a little bit thing here, common stock, preferred stock. This is ownership of a company. And then last but not least, journalizing treasury stock transactions. So again, you're going to read more about what treasury stock transactions are in this chapter. Now, one thing I will caution you on is that when we start getting into our future chapters, a good knowledge of Chapter 13 is very important in order to be successful in this course. So please make sure that you're taking your time to kind of outline the chapter as you go, take your notes, and have a full, thorough understanding of these concepts before you move past Module 2. Okay, so keep up the hard work, and if you have any questions, please feel free to let us know.